Hey guys, so we started this car in class. If you remember, we did the layout with the. We started with a silhouette, just a real rough silhouette. We made the box to keep it in perspective, the perspective box around it, and then we kind of sketched it in. I changed some things, obviously. Then we rid of all this. So now, we took off the the little shading demo we were talking about. So then we're here, and then this was the lighting plan, the highlight plan. So it's still on there for the moment. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just still working on the shading. I'm gonna do the value first. And then we'll color it afterwards. So the plan is, what I'm going to do right now is in real time. So this video will take a while. Sorry. Is I'm going to go ahead and work on the shading. So I'm going to play some YouTube friendly music here, so that we're not listening to complete silence while I'm working. So. Just playing whatever's on this stream here. There's a way to mix it up. Okay. Anyway, so all right. So let's just get started. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just clean up this line drawing. And I'm going to use the eraser tool. I'm sorry, I'm trying to respond. Anyway, alright, so I'm just going to clean some of this stuff up. I'm going to put on my smoothing to pull this line a little smoother. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Still a little wonky in there. Go back to the line drawing itself. And match up what I just erased with the line of what I just erased. There. So I'll just leave the shading in there to create the background. You know, I remember not liking this song yesterday too. Yeah, this free music is a really interesting mix. some of it's really good, some is not. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yawn your ear. I didn't want to just play with no sound at all, so we'll just go with what we got here. All right, it's an interesting one. All right, let's go back to our shading. So I'm kind of, as I go, I'm cleaning things up as I go as well. So I'm going to darken that right there. Hidden by this line here. So if the sun, as we talked about where our sun was coming from, our light source was coming in from the top. don't know how much that would be. This is gonna kind of like a bend in the paint, if you will, right there. Curve in the paint. So, not really sure how much that would create a dark in that area right there, because it is paint. But it's gonna be kind of smooth. You gotta kind of blend it. Line drawing. Now that I'm really close up in here, this line is pretty messy. I see what I was going for, but oops. That's extrudes. Oh, it got worse. Yeah, and I'll do that. I'll just keep redrawing my line until I get it as clean as I want. I do not have the cleanest line in the world. I wish I did. One of those skills I just never really developed a nice clean line. I wish I did. And I'm on the line layer, so except the bad parts of the line. Yeah, no, this is some kind of weird retro 80s looking car. I feel like Sweet Dreams are made of these or something. Good 80s song. But I don't have a license to any of that stuff, so I can't play it. I'm just playing what's playing here on the YouTube. Free music. Alright. So, with the lights hitting from there, the whole one side of the car. Oh, I see what I was doing here. Forget I get back on my shade layer. And go ahead and put in the darkest darks first. So where the least amount of light is hitting it. Now, there will be reflected light on the bottom of these missiles, especially up in the front, because of the windshield would bounce light back. So under here, there wouldn't be any. Guys, under here, you're not getting any light from this structure, this missile rack structure. There's no real light coming in there, so really it would be pretty dark under there. You get some light, but design-wise, we're just gonna die. Now this piece of metal is facing forward, so. The missiles themselves will leave some shading on this piece of the metal here. And this thing would definitely have a dark spot. It's too dark. Yeah, I'm recording. So let's see here. And then some dark in here. So what I'll do, I started to put some shading in here, but I was using a much looser brush. So go back in and friend, little smudge tool. Start on take some harshness out of this line I put in there, and here too. Now, if I'm going for a marker effect with bleeds, I next layers into it, the next colors into it. So, with this curve, I really just got to make sure it looks like the light's bending around, following the curve. So I'm using the pulling of this smudge tool. It seems like it's not very powerful. I'm up to strength in this thing. Shade all layers, sample all layers. Finger paint. I'll do that. I don't want finger painting. But let's run the layers. Actually, no, because I don't want it dry. I'll leave the gray out of it. And sample all layers is going to sample the gray bottom layer, which actually technically doesn't exist. It will, but I'll put it back in later. But right now it doesn't exist. It's just there for me to have a texture to work off of. But it is creating a mid-tone, so I'll have to substitute the mid-tone later. Alright, so I'm trying to work quickly as I can. I'm not the quickest worker ever, but fastest. So this whole side right here, it's going to be a little bit curvy, so the bottom of it will definitely have less light than the top. I'll go over here and fix all this. Okay. Sometimes the quicker you work, the better it'll be. The better your work will look. Brush big, kind of fuzzy. Let's see what we can do with this thing. So I'm going to create a definite. But the light's not hitting it. Brush is so large, it'll just need to blend with this. Okay, now we can make a layer under and just a shadow. That'll be the darkest under the wheels. We don't need this yet, but I'm just gonna throw it in there for a minute to kind of bring the floating necessarily. Okay. Now with that layer, put it back later. Alright, I just let you know it's there. If that helps you work things through, then go ahead and use it. But you see it's causing the darker wheel, but it's okay. Take care of that later. Okay, so I got the rough shade. Did I put it in the right? Yeah, rough shading in there. Okay. All right, let's go the rough light. Similar, because I want it to be smooth. It's gotta be a bigger brush. I know it's crazy, right? It's a real big brush, but sensitive pressure sensitivity. It's a big brush, but I'm just not pushing it. That way it creates a more even flow. It's like if you're airbrushing something. So when you're airbrushing, if you airbrushed and you focus too much in one spot, it'll definitely be noticeable because it'll cause a definite division. You can see it. So what I'm trying to do is create a lightly, real low pressure, create an overall constant flow. Now remember, this card's gonna be colored. This is just for the tone. Okay, so those missiles lower the size of this brush, and I'm gonna do the same thing. All right, so these headlights, maybe they're on, maybe they're not. I'm gonna make them on just for the effect. And you see it's quickly coming together. They're like really quick. Way faster than it was a minute ago. Just happens. The light really just brings it together. So the light's gonna hit it at the strongest at certain spots, edges. And you know what? I could even just make an extra layer of light of the highlights, because I'm just putting highlights now. So anywhere the like kind of edges of things are. Where the light's hitting it. Just like if you're doing, anytime you're doing metal has edges, so edges always catch the light. Okay. There's going to be a little bit of an edge right. It kind of curves around there, so the light actually hits it a little bit lower than the real top edge. I'm going to do those bolts in a minute. I'll have to make it smaller to get the bolts. Now, there's going to be reflected light on the bottom of this chrome, with the light's bouncing up off of cement onto it. So. Too big. So it's just angle this to that. It's going to catch more light. Here too. bit smaller brush. A little bit smaller. We're going to hit the highlights on the missiles. Okay. Give it that three-dimensionality. And then I'm going to go and light these lights up. Oh yeah, I almost missed this edge down here. Edge. Okay, and that edge there, that edge here. Okay. There's an edge there. Edges on the edges. Okay, we hit the grill. Reflected light in certain parts of the grill. Alright. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the zoom in. I'm gonna zoom in. And I'm gonna hit the bolts. For the bolts, I need a much smaller brush. Okay. So all these little rivets need a much smaller brush. That's good. Alright. And I'll turn my shading off. Smoothing. Okay, good, it's off. Alright, so I'm going to put in my light hitting the top of these bolts. Now, if they were chrome, they would also reflect the light off the bottom too, but they're not. They're just regular bolts, so they reflect light, but they're not going to be reflecting light like something's made of chrome would. Speaking of chrome, we can say this mirror might be made out of chrome, so it's going to have more reflection on it then. If that mirror was chrome. Okay, there's another edge here. This windshield edge. Wiper blades. I haven't done the windshield yet. Oops, I missed a bolt. Okay. Alright, the missile tips. Okay. This thing is a metal pan. So it's going to have an edge to it. Another metal pan. And these, I don't know what these are. Just little plates. Edge. So now, these bolts here, I gotta put in the dark on these bolts too. And pretty dark on these bolts. Edges on this thing. These little vents, whatever they are, I don't know what they are. Bumper edge of this light. Those little things. Pull the edges. Brighten up the edges and everything. Bolt here. And there's an edge for that thing turning. And the rim edge, I forgot. Light up here. Okay. Alright. Yeah, edge of the metal. And edge of the metal. That's going to catch a lot of light because it sticks out a little farther over there. Edge of the metal. Edge of the metal. Edge of the metal. Edge of the metal. I don't know what I guess this is metal too. This is the edge of the window. Even though it's not direct light, it's going to catch some light. A little bit because it's an edge. Nothing else. Again, edge where the light's actually hitting the car the most. Remember what I was telling you, because there's a slight curve there. And the light, see the
check
stick,
the mic and make sure it sounds
out
right,
a little wider, just to make the car, like this kind of car, maybe have more of a stance to it. So this edge would kind of stick out more a little bit. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. Alright, so let's go back to the shade. White too, that's what I'm doing. Shade level. I'm gonna make another one above that to do the windshields. Alright, windshields. Now, I am going to select out my windshield. So I can throw down with a dark tinted window.
It sound right, boys.
Not worry about hitting my any of my other shading. Oops. Really? I did all that, then that's why I screwed it up anyway. Gotta make sure you got it on ad. Here. Yeah, my hands are shaky here. Perfect. Okay, get my black brush, nice and big. Even bigger. Darken this thing up here. Because I got selected, I don't have to worry about.
It sound right, boys.
I don't have to worry about by the selection. I didn't have to worry about it getting at other places. So select. We'll just save my selection anyway, just to be safe. Save selection. Our car's grayscale's not bad right now, honestly. It definitely has some three-dimensionality.
It sound right, boy.
So now what we'll do is go in here and tighten up all this stuff if you want even more. So another layer on top of the line layer, and give myself a nice clean line brush. That's a good size. Now I'm gonna go through and just clean up all these little sloppynesses that is bugging me before I do the color. That brush is too big. Smaller my brush. I barely ever work with a one brush. That's like one pixel wide. It's just too small. Gas UV3 is usually my brush of choice. I put 3R by accident. Still too big, but it's fine. I'll make it work. Got my smoothie on. That we can even get crazy and do. There you go. Just go ahead and edit, stroke those with 2 pixel wides. So, okay. Then, grab my white brush. Top off the top of the bolts. Straight, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going with the kind of look it has to it. That's fine. It'll work. Clean that line up a little bit. Clean this line up. It's a edge line. And go back to the original one and fix it because it looks like that's where it was messy at. Sometimes often when I'm concepting something, it is a little bit messy because just keep it clean, keep the flow going, just stop, go back to it. Better than it did, except for this one looks crooked. The tip needs to come up just a little bit. There you go. That works. Erase the original one. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a weird line going here too. A lot of cleanup work while I'm working. Spend a lot of time cleaning up my lines and cleaning up. It's probably not the best workflow sometimes. Final result comes out in the end is what it becomes. Time is important too. I hope you guys can hear me over the music. It's probably way too loud. Here, I'll turn the music way down. I keep forgetting the music's probably a lot louder than me. Alright. So that's much better than it was. Okay. Alright, so we could stop there. I mean, as far as production wise, this will suffice. We can spend a lot more time making it even cleaner, but we'll stop with what we have. We'll stop here on this point, and we'll go ahead and get into the color so that we have time to get that color. All right, so concept-wise, I think it works because I mean you get what you're looking at. I mean, you know what I mean. We get that this car has missiles on the roof, and it's basically the look of it. Okay, so let's go on to the next part of it. So what we're going to do with this layer, all these layers, take the shadow out for just a minute. And I'm going to clean up the edges of the shade layer. I overlapped a little bit, like back here. So I just clean it up. Where I kind of went crazy with the shading, you know. I was doing it quickly, and it just kind of made some edge messies. And I know the shadow was hiding it, and it will hide it again, but just clean it, make it look nice. And the light, I'll have to do the same thing for the light too. Go through and erase overflow of light. I think I got all the shadow cleaned up. Alright, let's try the light. And go through and clean up the extra light I was seeing up there. Okay. Now I could go through and keep working on this and make it even better and better. I mean, there's more work definitely could be done on this. However, I want to get it done enough so that we can, so you're not taking a long time. So, all right, let's just move forward. So let's go ahead and add. Take these layers. I should save it first. Always a good idea. Save as and call it something other than it was called. Save it as 3. Alright. Alright, so now it's saved. Okay, so now I'm going to take these layers and convert it to a smart object. Alright, then all these layers I don't need. Get rid of them. So what I'm actually interested in, let's see if we matched our white up like I said. I think so. I think we put the white in all the places I said it would. Yeah. Alright, so we'll throw that layer away too. We don't need it. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this. Duplicate the layer. Still a smart layer. Close this one so I have this one. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this one is I might just colorize it for, well, I could do a couple things. I could make another layer on top of it and color it, or I could break it apart correct layers, there we go. Okay. So now it makes a folder of layers, and my line layer are the only two I don't want to mess with. So I take these two line layers, make them together, merge, call it line. Okay. Now this layer is going to be the color layer. It has to be under the, it can be over everything else, but it needs to be under the line layer. Okay. Right. Now I can also create a clipping layer. So I take it and right click it. Create a clipping mask. Okay. So what this does is, if I color, I can't. So right now, by making it a clipping mask, so watch. I grab the, make it red. I don't know. I always make red cars for some reason. Okay. So clipping mask. See that? I can't color outside the lines. Right? I cannot color outside the lines. Well, they did color all over the black. It's funny, the white hides more than the black does. Okay, whatever, let's undo this. I just wanted to show you. I made it a clipping mask. Okay. Let's see. I want to take the, I think, yeah, this was the windshield layer. Take that out of there too. Don't want that effect. Alright, so let's go back to our clipping mask. And that's our highlights. Okay. Probably want those wheels not to be red. And not all the missiles. I'm just seeing what it looks like here for a minute. So let's see. Alright, I'm going to take the red off the wheels. For sure. I want red on those wheels. And I want the rim to stay silver, not. I want the rims to be silver metal, so. And exhaust pipes too. Do the red on these. And parts of the missile launcher too. I want this red. So, this band, and I'll probably paint the missiles. This thing here is gonna be not red. The whole assembly will not be red. This is actually a lot black, so I don't want this red anyway. And this is black. So, just the car. This thing here is going to be not red either. Oops. Make my brush smaller. There you go. I mean, you're gonna have some reflected red on the silver parts, but we're just gonna take out things I don't want to be red. It's weird that the white, I guess because it worked kind of like it works kind of like a masking layer, I guess. Although when I did the clipping, all I really wanted to do is not. I wanted it not painting. I just didn't want the outline. And these missiles are not going to be completely red. They're going to be, I think, only the tips of them will be red. So these actually not red. Tips. And then how much of the tip? I don't know. Maybe only the very, very tip. Like just the red tipped missiles. That seems like that would make sense. Sounds like a thing, right? So we'll go with that. Now, as you see, where the black was, where the red is the unclip it. At least, there you go. Ah, it went all over the place. Put it back on as a clipping layer. Clipping layer. I want to, actually, I just want the layer, not the. Let me undo that. I don't want a clipping mask. I want a clipping layer. So, to do that, I'm pretty sure I hit Control. Nope, that's not right. Control Alt click. Yeah, Control Alt click. That does it. Control Alt click is supposed to make a clipping layer. Let's try that again. Take this layer. And I took this thing here. Control Alt. Right there, it makes a clipping layer. There it goes. Did the same thing with the white. That's okay. So, let's take the white layer. Put it up here. So it doesn't mask it. So what do I got left in here? The highlights. And the shading. Then this layer right here. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, the light, that's fine. The light can do that. So let's take, let's convert this into let's, I'm gonna undo this clipping here. No, I'm going to convert it to make a mask out of it, but it won't let me. Okay, well then we're just going to release it and get rid of it because I don't want it to. I don't want it to be a mask. I just want it to be a clipping layer. But it wants to work like a mask. Oh, it's because I got the dark selected. That's why. If I just had it plain old line drawing, that's where it would have worked it better as a flat mask. So, whatever. So let's take the let's put the light back in there. We'll try another option. Do that. Try one more option. Let's say here. Let's go up to and say. Selected mask. Let's see what it does. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have to. I don't want to convert it to a line. This is the line. So that's what it looks like with no lines. I select this layer. Kind of worked, but it makes me a line thing. I don't want that. Select, deselect. What if I did this? Let's go for this one. There we go. That's what I was trying to get. Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, so now I can take the selection and go back up here to this layer. Not this layer. That's all I really wanted the whole time. Clipping mask usually works, but I forgot about. Well, I usually use it at a different time, and I don't have the shading in sometimes. Oops. I'm gonna add to it instead. Just gonna make sure I add all this stuff in here. That for some reason it didn't select. better off using a pen for that. That way I get the whole thing selected. And I do believe, the windows, you have the windows selected. Remember, I selected those and saved it. Smart thinking on my part, I think, for once. And then, actually, I want to deselect. I just want the paint job. Just the car. Yeah, oops, I have to fix that. I want the wheels. Just the car. And I don't want the headlights. I don't want the... I wanted the grill to be chrome, but I'll leave it alone. I kind of just don't feel like selecting it. And the mirror can be left alone too. Alright, let me add to the selection of this little spot I missed right here. And now I have the selection for I can already subtract the selection for the windows because I already have them selected. I think anyway, we'll try it. Let's go up here to save this selection just so we don't lose it. Save selection. Just call it car. See? Okay. Now, selection. Load a selection and subtract from that. That's what I was looking for. Okay, that's what I want. Oops. Try it again. Selection. I didn't pick anything. I was so excited about loading it, I forgot to pick one. Subtract, and we're gonna load the windows, the W. There you go. See that? We already had those windows selected, so now when I colorize it, I can colorize it all I want now, and it will not affect that. All right, so let me go up here and select. Save selection. So it's all selected up, and we'll call it car paint. Car paint. All right. Now, what we can do with this is we could a couple things we could do. We could literally edit, fill it. We could fill it with our red. And then we could go up here and we could do layers and adjust it. I mean, hue and saturation and adjust that color. So we could try out different colors this way on our car. So like we could go with a different red, go to green. Let's go green. I never do a green car. Let's make green car. Why not? Kind of this green, and we can make it really neon green or more gray green. I think it's gonna have to be bright green, or at least a really green, and then darken it slightly. Or are we going like Fast and Furious bright green? Fast and Furious bright green? Okay, if that's what you insist. Alright, so we got that green as a base color. Alright, so now let's go grab that green so I can get the green. And let's go a little bit darker version of it. And go my fuzzy brush again. And now the shading, Actually, if I take this layer and make it a... There we go. That's what I was looking for. Multiply layer. I already got my shading in there. So, bam. See that? Painted car. Alright, so I can still go back in and... Oh, I missed a spot. Oh, I'll fix it in a minute. Okay. So I can go back in and touch it up now if I wanted. So let's select, deselect, and go back in here. Touch that little... Airbrush that little spot in there, I guess. Doopy 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 doop doop. Alright. And we can always go in and paint highlights and more highlights, things like that if we wanted. We can paint designs on the car now. Let's do the missiles real quick. So we'll call this one car paint. We could have done a gradient on it too when it was selected. So for fun, let's close this layer. Let's reload our selection. Reselect it. Let's make another layer. Well, let's try a gradient. So this gradient we're going to make now is going to be... I'm sorry. Let's get the gradient tool. Where's the gradient tool? I lost the gradient tool again. That's awesome. I love how it hides stuff. There's a gradient layer, but I don't want to do that. I just want a regular old gradient. I think it's under... Oh, so irritating when they hide moves. There, that's what I was looking for. No, that's what I wanted. Gradient tool, thank you. Alright, so the gradient we have on, let's double click it. So here's the gradient we have. It goes green to white. But we can change these colors. We don't have to have white. So if we did do green, let's change this green to... Let's change this green to a... what color goes with green? Blue. Okay. Sure. We'll go green to blue to dark blue. Sure. That looks cool. Let's try it. So, okay. So let's try this gradient now. See what happens. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go edit. Remember, it's not a what do you call it layer yet? Multiply. We can make it that way and then we see what it looks like. Looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it better than just green. How about you guys? Yeah? You can't hear me, but that's true. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll leave it like that. I like it. Alright, so there's our gradient on our car. And then we had just the straight up green, which we could add to it. So what we could do is we take that straight up green layer and then we make it a... See, we can try different things to it. Just to see what it does. Totally eliminated our gradient that we had on there. Never know, sometimes it might do something cool. We could change it to red. Whoa! Made it purple. Okay. What if we take this green layer and we change the image adjustments? We're just playing with it now. What if we change it to a totally another color? What will it do to our car? It's a really ugly combination here. So what if it was red, because that's the opposite color? Okay, what if it was red? This is for fun. Alright, let's just for fun. We got this red layer over top of the other layer. Then we lower the opacity on. What's it gonna do? Because it's contrasting colors. Just curious what it'd do. Should make it brown. Makes it really interesting looking ugly. Well, let's try it. Let's try these layers. That was kind of weird. Alright, so if we did this to it, and then we go in, we take our eraser, we lower the opacity of our eraser, but we make it really big. Let's see what it does. We're just rubbing off that top layer we stuck on there. Maybe we need to make the eraser stronger. It's a really weird effect to it, doesn't it? Yeah, it's nothing we want to mess with, I think. We'll just get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of it. There's our regular color. We'll leave that one alone. Select, deselect. We're good. We're just going to leave it that gradient that's already on there. Oh, and it took our thing again. Oh, that's because we fixed it. I forgot about that. Okay, so to fix it, we're going to have to take the eye for eyedropper. There's a paint color right next to it. Grab the brush. And throw down in that color in there. That was a spot we missed in the selection. Okay. Alright, so we got our paint down there. And our multiply. We can also try lighten screen. That's kind of a weird color. Overlay. I think I like overlay better. It doesn't make it as dark. Alright, we'll go with the overlay. Now we could make it a multiply layer too. So duplicate layer. 2 overlay layers. It almost makes it. It does make it glow. That is kind of cool. Because if you put 2 overlay layers, it will make it glow. Watch, if we put another one, it'll make it glow even more. Duplicate layer. That's kind of neat. I kind of really like that. Alright, we'll go with that. I like that. Those 3 layers. So what we'll do is those 3 layers, shift, and we'll combine those into a not a smart, but we're going to just put them in a folder. There you go. We'll call it the color. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks good. Alright, so we got a nice color in that car. So let's color the missiles now. So, that was our windshield. Oh yeah, we gotta make their windshield into a let's leave the windshield alone. Let's put the windshield under. Do we stick the windshield in here? Yeah, we did. Under the light. There you go. Now, the light doesn't look as good anymore because we gotta fix it. So let's take the good old blur tool. Smudge tool. We could use dodge and so what dodge and burn are. Dodge and burn go back to original photography. So what used to happen was when you took photography and you developed it in the darkroom, you dodged by blocking the light from hitting the film in that area, and it would cause it to be lighter. And then you burn, you put more light onto the film in that particular area, and the light would burn through the negative more, and it would make that area of the film darker. That's what dodge and burn does. So let's take this layer and duplicate it. Okay. And then take that one and make that one a overlay. I'm just trying to experiment here. Now let's go to the tools. And let's get our dodge tool. That tool will make it brighter. See what it does to it. See if it brightens it up at all. Let's make it stronger. Doesn't seem to do much of that to that, does it? Yeah. Doesn't seem to brighten it up much. Okay. So, get rid of the second layer. Although it did add a lot of light onto the car. Everywhere else. We can leave it. Alright. I don't know. I kind of like it actually. Now that I did it, kind of adds some nice highlights to it. All right, so let's put in our missiles. Let's color our missiles. So I'll leave it alone. I could just make another layer on top of the windshield and put some more brights in there. I don't know. I like the side windows. I just don't like the windshield. All right, so let's go with this is our color. We'll make another layer over top of color. And we'll make the missiles. So I said the missiles would be white, right? But with red tips. So let's get the red for the tips of the missiles. And probably kind of this. Okay, see that warning right there? That means out of gamut. That means it's a non-printable color. Okay. Alright, so we'll go with this red. And zoom in. I got some white, some cleanup around the missile edges I gotta do, but I'll fix it up a second. Make my brush smaller. And what brush tip do I have? No, I want the. Actually, I'll go with this one. All right. And make a red missile tip. There we go. And I'm not really thinking about the light reflecting off of this red yet. I'm just going to paint them red first. And then I'll fix the light reflection on it. Okay. And a little bit of a... Oh, crap. I didn't realize my eraser was 1,000 size. There you go. Right. And I guess it's these two layers that are affecting the this. Erase that out. But I have to erase it in two layers, so I could select it and with the lasso tool, and that would probably be the wiser way to do it. So I'll do that. take that whole thing layer selected now, edit, cut. Oh, it's not gonna let me do the whole layer? You piece of butthead. Okay. Fine. I'll just erase it with a big eraser then. Alright, whatever. 100%. Eraser everything in this area. On every layer. Jeez, where is this stuff at? Oh, I see. It's still picking up the... Let's trace that layer. Yeah. It was still picking up from that smart layer. I see what it was adding on top of it. Okay, select. Deselect it. Okay. Let's fit on screen. There you go. I like the red missiles on the green car. Alright, I need to clean more of it up. In the back. Right here. See that? Okay. Alright. Add a little bit more of the selection. Take a little bit away. I cut in a little bit too much in some places, I think. Just a little bit too much here and there. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and I erase on every one of those levels. I can't really tell what layer it's on, so this works. It'll eventually clean it out. There it goes. Perfect. Better. Okay. Alright, view. Put on screen. I know I had a layer with that shadow under the car. I don't happen to it. So, maybe I threw it away. So, I guess I'll make another one. Add a layer. Get the dark out. So, I might not do blue. I might do a black. Just do like a really dark blue shadow. Alright, and then I'm going to, it's under all that, and I'll make a brush. Fuzzy brush. Make it real big. And set the opacity of it down. Okay, don't take off the smoothing. Build this shadow up under the car. There we go. See, the blue adds some color to the shadow, so it looks nice. And it brings it down to the ground. Sets it on something. There you go. Alright, so now I think I could do a lot more stuff with this, but I'm going to end it here, time-wise. So let me just go ahead. And one more thing. crop this down so we get just the important parts. Image, crop, select, deselect. Alright, and I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna save this file. Save as, we'll just call it a PNG is fine. And we'll call it number 4. That way we have all of our copies, just in case for whatever reason we decided to change our mind or something. I don't know, whatever. Save as a PNG. Okay. Alright, yes, that's fine. And then we'll save it as a regular save too. Save. Oops, it saved over 3. It's okay, it's fine. All right, there you go, guys. So I'm going to end this now, and then I'll send this out to you guys. Thank you.